morning, boys and girls. Welcome to week 2, day 3. Today is Wednesday, April the 8th, and today we're going to talk about two types of myths. So I want you to write down in this page and copy everything that I'm writing down. So get your pencil, get your pen, and let's start writing. So a moral theme explains to us how people should behave properly. So I'm going to put here teaches people how to behave properly. So that means we should be able to know right from wrong. And the second one is a creation myth. A creation myth is important because it explains how, so our clue word is how the world or the universe was made. Okay, so moral myth, it teaches people how to behave. So this one tells me how to behave. But the creation myth tells me how the world was made. So today, boys and girls, I want you to write this right above this. I want you to write moral or creation myth. So by the end of lesson 4, you will be able to answer either moral or creation myth. So let's go ahead and read our objective for today. So today, boys and girls, students will be able to find the theme of the myth victory. So your turn and go. So we are going to be talking about the theme of the myth victory. And I know we've heard the word victory. It means that you are victorious, you win on something, maybe a friendly competition with your friends, running, tag, whatever it might be. Today we are going to find out why victory and how it came to be. So boys and girls, here you can see victory. So module 4 questions. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to reveal what is a deeper exploration of the myths revealed about the beliefs of ancient Greeks. Theme, we're going to be focusing on theme. So what are we doing? We're going to find a theme, and a synonym for theme is lesson, message, or moral of the myth. So don't forget LMMNT. And then how would we be doing that? We're going to ask, what does the author want me to know? So as I'm reading, I'm going to ask myself, why did he write this myth? How did it came to existence? How was it passed down from generation to generation? What can I learn from it? And how can I apply this in society? So in everyday life, how is this going to help me? Okay, so we're going to go to our book, and today we're going to be reading the same book. So it is this one right here, Gifts from the Gods. And today, remember, we're reading Victory. So it is on this page. Victory, defeat of an enemy or opponent, a triumph. And we're going to see this text box. He really didn't see the problem. He was accustomed to victory after victory, and the idea of defeat never occurred to him. Let's see what this is going to teach us today. Even though the goddess Victoria was tiny, her power was immense. Victoria always accompanied Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and war, and she was so little that she could fit into Minerva's hand. Sometimes when Minerva was on her way to battle, she would scoop up Victoria in her hand and carry her. But most of the time, the little goddess sped along by herself, her wings beating so fast that they were nearly invincible. So boys and girls, here we can see Victoria in a hand. So remember, she's very tiny that she can be carried. So Look at that. She has wings. Yes, she looks like a human, but is she a human? No, right? Okay, remember, she is a goddess. As soon as she reached the battleground, Victoria set to work. First, she flew to one side and listened in on the conversation of the generals and the soldiers. Then she hastened to the other side to hear the talks and reasons of war. Only when she fully understood who fought for a fair and just cause did she act. Then she quickly dove down and guided the horses and the spears of the men she championed, making sure they won. So, boys and girls, who did Victoria help? She helped anybody that she thought was correct to win, right? So she would hear their conversations, and then she would make a decision. So based on that, she would say, they are fighting for a good reason. They're not fighting to be evil, and I'm going to be with them. And that's how she would make her decisions. So here we can see Victoria, and we already know that that whole group is going to be victorious, right? They're going to win. How do we know that? Well, because Victoria is with them. And we can infer from this illustration that they are going where? Look at his face. They're probably going to war, right? Remember, she's with them at war, battles. Sometimes other gods and goddesses would become involved in war by helping their favorite heroes. They didn't care who was fighting for just cause, so if Victoria was absent, it was impossible to be certain which side would win. Only when Victoria was present at the battle would the righteous side be sure to triumph. So sometimes gods or goddesses would just go to any side. They would just choose any side they wanted. They didn't care. But Victoria was not like that. Victoria made sure she chose a side that was fighting for a good cause. If Victoria was with them, the soldiers could always feel it. Their bodies grew stronger, their thinkings became sharper, and their strategy improved. With her help, a small army could conquer a larger one. Upon returning from war, the triumphant generals and warriors always offered thanksgiving and sacrifices to tiny Victoria. And so in time, her name became synonymous with winning. And not just in the battlefields, but in every kind of competition. So boys and girls, Victoria helped those to win, right? If they were fighting for a right cause, she would let them win. What is something that they would do in return for her when they would win the battle? They would offer thanksgiving and sacrifices to Victoria as a way to say thank you. We know this word Thanksgiving. We're thankful for so many things during that season, but we should always be thankful, boys and girls. Okay, so now we know who Victoria is. Let's see this little fact box and see what's going to tell us. As you can tell, Victoria is always symbolized by having wings. This little crown you see here, remember, she was tiny. Victoria is the Roman name for the Greek goddess Nike. And Minerva is what they call the Greek goddess Athena. Remember, boys and girls, Parthenon was named for Athena. And Athena is Minerva, right? They're just in two different languages. The Greeks love these two goddesses so much that they named their city their capital city, Athens, after Athena, and placed statues of Nike all along the city walls to ensure their triumph in every battle and contest. So boys and girls, where do we know the word Nike from? We know it from the shoes, right? So we know that Nike is trying to send us a message that if you buy their shoes, what's going to happen to us? We're probably going to run very fast, right? Or we can walk fast, or we're going to have speed, and we're going to win, and we're going to be triumph, right? So remember, Victoria is Roman, and then Nike is Greek. So it's the same thing. Okay, boys and girls, now I want you to come back here. And when I say go, you're going to type circle. Either is this a moral myth? Does it teach us people how to behave properly? Or is the creation, did it tell us how the world or universe came and was made? So boys and girls, press pause Now encircle your answer. Go. So the correct answer is moral. Good job if you chose this answer. Remember, it teaches us how to behave properly. When she would choose a group of whom she wanted to win, she would hear and make sure that they were doing the right thing, right? That they were behaving properly, that they were fighting for a good cause. They never explained to us how the world was made. It didn't tell us this is how war came to be. Never did it tell us that. So boys and girls, I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing for today for independent and exit ticket. So I want you to open your book to page 30th. So on page 30th, you're going to do numbers 1 and 2. So page 30th, 1 and 2, and then flip it over. And you're also going to be doing page 31, number 3. So 31, number 3. So boys and girls, what pages are you completing? 30 and 31. And that is it for today's lesson. Remember, today we are working on lesson 4. So when you go look for your assignments, it's under lesson 4. Tomorrow, boys and girls, is the test, the spelling test. And Friday is no school. So I hope to see you here tomorrow. Bye.